The goal of an educator is to see learners use information from school used in the real world, and from the real world used in the classroom. Ms. B makes this happen.
All right, let's look at the pregnant female. You saw a non-pregnant female earlier. Again, we have to get underneath her liver lobes here, and what you will be amazed at, especially if you had a non-pregnant female, this is one ovary in this animal, right here. And all of these large round structures that you see in it are her unfertilized eggs. So once a female dogfish shark reaches maturity and she's pregnant, as soon as the pups here are delivered, she has already got eggs ready to go and becomes pregnant again right away. Okay, so just a constant cycle.
They're like always pregnant.
Right. And do you remember how long the gestation period is for these babies?
18 to 20.
Yeah, and so, the 2 years that it takes these babies to develop, in the meantime, she's developing more eggs because that's a long time to wait between litters for a wild animal. And so as soon as they're born, she's ready to become a mom again.
Which ones are the eggs?
The eggs are, I'm going to go ahead and, this is kind of torn open, I'm going to go ahead and take one egg out just to show you. Okay, but this is one shark egg. Look how big that is. Okay? Do you know how big a human egg is? It's microscopic. Yeah, it's the size of a pinpoint. This egg is huge compared to our egg. There must be a reason why. Not have as many eggs? Actually, they probably have just as many or more. Okay, 22 months is a long time. A baby needs a lot of food during that time, and this is stored food. That's basically what eggs are. How do human babies get their food during development? From the mom, through an umbilical cord. These animals have no umbilical cord. The babies can't get food from mom, so all the food they need for 2 years of development has to be in this egg to begin with. That's why they're so big. Okay, so she's got a right ovary, and if I move the other liver lobe out of the way, the thing that in human obstetrics is called a cesarean section delivery, a C-section, okay? This happens, of course, sometimes when babies are either too big to fit through the birth canal or there's some emergency where they need to get them out faster. But in a human mom, what they do is they would cut an incision, usually this direction, through her skin, through the abdominal muscles, and into her coelom, where the uterus is, and then they would cut a hole in the uterus and lift the baby out. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Who wants to do it? All right, Laura, you're on. Dr. Katz. Here you go. So you can just cut through the wall of the uterus. So go ahead and cut the whole length of it, and we'll lift out as many pups as there are. If you can't see and you want to get closer, feel free to come around.
Oh my goodness. Totally cool. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Boy or girl?
Boy, no, girl.
Girl. It's a girl. Okay, next one.
Is that the leftover, egg?
Yeah.
Will that just, fall off? Or what is
Actually, hold that question. We'll get there in a second.
That's a boy. It's a boy.
It's a part that hasn't been used yet. It's a boy?
Yep.
All right. Keep going. There's more.
It's spotted.
Carly?
They're really cramped.
It's a girl. All right. So we're 2 girls and 1 boy. Now I want you to notice as we've been taking all these out and watch the next one. Notice how the babies are positioned in the uterus. Who wants to take the next one out? All right.
Oh my goodness. That's another guy there. Oh wow. What are those red lines?
That's actually latex for the blood vessels. A boy. So we're 2 and 2. All right. There's one laying right on top. Who wants him? Or it?
I think it's a girl.
Girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, are you sure? I think so. There's more left in that.
None. Oh, yep.
Oh my gosh. 5. Wow. What is that red stuff?
Girl. The red stuff is actually latex that's been injected to show the female shark's circulatory system. These are blood vessels that run through her uterus.
So it's not normally like that?
No. All right, I think we're ready to open the other uterine horn. Who wants to cut it?
got 5.
Let's see. 6. 6 on that side.
That's really cool. I didn't expect them to look like sharks.
What do you think they would look like?
I have no idea.
Just kind of embryonic, couldn't tell?
It looked like something like a shark. Yeah, I didn't think that they were that. I was picturing like
All right.
Stop. Stop.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Is it a boy or... Hold on. It's a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it look like that?
Why is it bent? Just because they're kind of crammed. There's a lot of them in that uterus, so they get kind of squished. Sometimes that happens to human babies too.
Is one of the sharks when they come out, like right when they're...
Actually, this might be a good time to answer that, because you'll notice that this is called the yolk sac.
So once they put through, we'll go on our top part.
Yep. It's pretty tough skin. You really have to use some force to get through it.
See, that's always what I'm afraid to like go hard, but then I realize, oh, I have to anyway.
Yeah, eventually.
So I can't. I'm question real quick. Rugae are in the stomach. Are they in the G part, or what are the rugae?
Yeah, the rugae are these folds right here that you see. These folds in the walls of the stomach, right?
Okay.
And if you think about that, I mean, it's kind of like the folds on an accordion.
Okay.
So that when this animal eats a really big meal, the stomach can expand and hold that.
Here, there's like little, these white.
Right, those are the papillae, right? And then inside the intestine, you saw the spiral valve. That's all this tissue right here.
I know some of it.
It's actually all one continuous piece of tissue that spirals through there. Okay, and think about what's the purpose of an intestine in an animal. And not only digesting the food, but allowing the nutrients to be
absorbed.
There you go. So having this spiral valve in here is going to help with that. In what way? More absorption. Why?
Because it can expand. No. Okay.
Create some more what?
Surface area because it can expand.
Right. And go ahead.
Oh no.
It's a really short intestine.
Yeah.
So it also slows down the food long enough to get all the nutrients out
So
of
the
it.
spiral valve, you know how it's all curved? Like, it'll expand the intestine, and that's...
No, not really. The intestine itself doesn't get expanded, but the spiral valve, okay, you have the intestine, you have the spiral valve that runs through it, and so the food as it passes through comes in contact with all of that extra tissue, so more nutrients get absorbed out of it.
So can the spiral valve, like, expand to the, like, size of the intestine?
Yeah.
Okay. And then is this dark line, like, that's the kidney?
Yes, on either side, 2 of them.
Better at this.
Okay. Okay.
Knowledge of the learners, knowledge of content that counts, and connections to the real world makes Ms. B successful.